It is the afternoon as I am filming this reading. Welcome to Heart Chakra Medium. My name is Flo. Thank you so much for your presence. Thank you for returning, for those of you who are continually engaging and connecting with my readings. And if you are new and this is your first time, I appreciate you. Thank you for being led and following that curiosity that led you here to this reading. My channel is dedicated to mediumship, but in my practice, I do use tarot cards. So if that aligns with your spiritual practice, I welcome you here. I love having you here. I love engaging with you in the comments. I appreciate your support. Thank you for sharing those vulnerable memories and places in your heart with your beloved loved ones. And as always, I value what is comfortable to you and what's important to you. So if my practice is triggering to you in any way, please excuse yourself. Do what you need to honor your needs. Honor your needs, and you come first, and you can always come back and return if you feel like you're drawn again for whatever reason. So I have been channeling your father. Most of you who are my subscribers in my community, most of you are connected to my reading about your deceased father. Love. Experiencing your memories. Thank you again for sharing that. So far I've had a couple of readings about, in general, from your deceased loved ones. So why don't we try that out today and see who comes through. Some of us do have our father is still alive, but we do have loved ones that we may be wanting to hear from or wanting to connect, and we may be missing that connection in human form. So let's go ahead and do that. Connect to your heart. Welcome their memory, their presence. Allow the release if it's coming to for you. Allow that energetic healing. You are welcome. You are valued. Thank you for being here. So throughout the reading, you may hear my fan. I apologize in advance. It's on right now. It comes in and out. It's an auto. So I did not want to turn it off. I just want to keep it. So I apologize. So I'm going to start with the Light Seer Tarot. And if you are interested in wondering, I've put some elements here. So I have water in this beautiful coconut bowl. I have water, and then I have a feather here to represent air. So I have water, air, and then earth with these stones. And I also have a sand glass timer. And then we have the fire, just to keep us balanced. You never know what comes through. Thank you for your patience. Okay, so let's see. So I have a feminine energy coming through. It feels like a female, a sister that is coming through. It could also be a girlfriend, like a female friend that's coming through. It seems like when this person had passed, they were carrying a lot of pain, as well as some of you, your connection was kind of not in a good place. And then when they passed, it almost feels like you didn't have closure. So they are coming through. For those of you who did not have a good connection before your sister, your girlfriend, female friend had passed, they wanted to first apologize. They wanted to apologize that it seems like your relationship, your connection ended, they left, they died, and you did not have closure about your relationship. So they first wanted to say that they apologize. And then for those of you who your friend was just hurting, your sister was just hurting when they passed away, there's also a suicide that's coming through here. Some of you, your loved one committed suicide. So I'm continually hearing and feeling my heart heavy. So the heaviness of, they feel regretful and a lot of sorrow and apologizing and sorry of the way that they had died and the way that they had left. So they first wanted to express that to you. But then also they're saying that they are in a better place. They want you to know that they are in a better place. It doesn't make things easier for some of you to heal and to grieve, and they understand that. They're saying that your feelings, because you're in human form, is so much more important than you accepting where they at. But they are also saying that when you are ready to accept, release will come. It all happen naturally, organically, not to force it. But they do want to communicate that they are in a good place. They are better. They're using the word enlightened. They said that some of you practice consciousness, enlightenment, and so they wanted you to know that all of the human process and practicing that we do, trying to be in a better consciousness, they want you to know that they are now in a better consciousness. They are enlightened. They are in a better place. And then they said, I love you. I love you. There's someone here named Rose that they wanted to release that to specifically. Rose, I love you. I'm sorry and I love you is what I hear. Okay, so I have a brother coming through, want to speak to his sister. A brother coming through, want to speak to his sister. And wherever you are in the dynamic, it could be your brother, it could be you, who may have Sagittarius placement in your chart. That is being highlighted here for me. So you or your brother may have a Sagittarius placement in your chart, Sun, Moon, or Rising, and or Venus in the dynamic. So your brother is coming through. A brother is coming through. Some of you, it's a brotherhood, so male to male. But this one is brother. It's not a friend. It's a brotherhood. A brother is coming through. I apologize. A brother is coming through wanting to speak to his sister. And he is saying, this one sounds specific. It doesn't sound like a big message for a big group. It sounds like maybe one or two of you. Your brother is coming through and your brother is saying that, yes, I am your angel now. I believe that he's saying that to affirm those of you who believe that you believe your brother is now watching over you. So just a specific message wanting to say that I am your angel now. I am indeed watching over you. I'm sorry. I'm hearing sorry again. I'm sorry that I'm not there anymore to protect you, to watch over you, to be your big brother, but know that I am still watching over you. He's like, be careful. He's like, be careful talking about privacy. Like, he wants you to know that he can see everything, but that it's almost like automatic is what he's saying. The things that you do not want to share, the things that is private, the things that requires for, hold on, I'm having a hard time releasing this. The thing that requires true, authentic privacy that you need. He's saying you never have to worry about that. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not there. I'm not watching it. But he's saying it's like it's very automatic. The times when you welcome protection and someone watching over you, he said that he is there. He just wants you to know that he is there. He wants to also talk about, he wants to encourage you, talking about like you have a beautiful mind. It seems like some of you are worrying if you're doing the right thing, if you're going the right way. Your father. So some of you, your father is coming through here. Your brother is saying that you are on the right path. One step at a time is what he's saying. He said that though you may want to know exactly what's happening at the end of your life, that's not what you need right now. But he wants to encourage you that he is watching over you, he's guiding you, he's guarding you, he's protecting you in such a way as the angel as you perceive him. And he said that you are on the right path. You have a beautiful mind. You know exactly how to navigate and maneuver your experiences in life and where you are wanting to go and where you are going. So he's saying that you know how to drive in the natural. He's saying that even the way that you drive in the natural, some of you know how to avoid traffic. And he wants to call that out, that spiritually it's about a similar, like the way that we move in the natural and physical plane is something that's applicable spiritually. So your brother is saying that the way that you navigate in the natural, your spirit is doing the exact same thing. So you are in the right place, you're on the right path. Good job. And I am here watching over you. So when I was making this, I'm going to show you, I have Yerba Mate here. When I was making this, I did hear your father, for those of you who had a father. So maybe that's what that was coming through to remind me to talk about this. So your father, who, for those of you whose father, you drink Yerba Mate, he wants to let you know that I'm here, I'm connected, I see you. I do miss drinking this in the natural, but I'm sipping, I'm still continually having this drink. Is some of you, your father who drinks yerba, you have caught him burn his tongue, because you really have to be careful how you drink because it's really hot. So you sip on this, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting my language, but he just wanted to release that memory about him burning his tongue as he sipped, because he loves it and sometimes he can't wait until the heat cools off before he drinks. It's so good for those of you who haven't tried it. The other father that was coming through as I was making the drink was your father who loves pizza. He was speaking to me today when I was making the drink. So he's talking about, I know you're getting pizza today, is what I heard. And then to some of you, your father is saying like, it's about time to get pizza. And then I heard good job for getting pizza. So like, I'm just releasing. So I'm sensing like some of you, you're watching a game, or like you are feeling lazy about even having a full course meal or cook and all of that. And you decided to just get pizza. So your father's saying good job for getting pizza. This is the Modern Witch Tarot. Modern Witch Tarot. I did wanted to ask you all, most of you have been doing that and I appreciate that. Go ahead and drop in the comments and let me know who other loved ones are you interested in connecting with. If it's not this reading, it may be another reading. So drop, you don't share as much as you feel you want to share, but you can just maybe share when they pass and their name maybe, or maybe you can even just say my sister, my brother kind of thing. Okay. It feels like a husband is coming through here for his wife. A husband is coming through for his wife, or it could also be the other side of that dynamic. Your wife is coming through for her husband. So it's both. because your loved ones is in the spirit. They come through as energy, and I just feel it. But the message here feels feminine, so that could be that. So either your husband is coming through or your wife is coming through, speaking. They want to speak to their spouse. It feels like a recent passing. To some of you, it feels like they passed around COVID time, COVID season, is what I'm sensing. So they want to speak to about your home life, the health of your home, the structure, the comfort that you are creating or not creating. Some of you are having a hard time with grief and grieving right now. So your spouse is coming through wanting to let you know that I understand. We dreamt and planned forever. We talked about having children and having kids, creating a family, building a family, and we talked about growing old together. And now I'm not there. I understand it's a lot for you to process and take in right now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you feel betrayed. I'm sorry you feel that I did not live up to my words, did not live up to what I said I would do. I am sorry. I do wish that things would have been a different circumstances for the both of us, that I am still there and that I could enjoy more of the life as a human being with you, to create experiences together. I am sorry. I'm not saying that this kind of connection will ever replace what we had spending time together. But know that I am here. I am still here. And if you're not ready for this, if you never will ever be ready for this, that is okay. I don't want you to feel heavy burden or ashamed in any way. But those feelings are valid. Process them, let it through, feel them completely. But I want you to know that I am patiently waiting here. There is no need on my part. I'm not human, so I don't have those human needs that you do. But I have unlimited understanding. I have enormous love for you that words cannot fully express what it means. Words cannot fully articulate what I am feeling, how I am wanting to communicate. I just want you to know that my presence is here. I'm hearing your spouse saying that every time you light a candle, for any reason, there is this subconscious part of you that draws me in, and I want to be there, and I am there. Lightly letting you know my presence is present, never wanting to scare you or make you feel fearful or weird in any way. I will never force myself or push myself onto you. I am just here and I am present. I love you. Oh, I feel like I'm going to cry, so I'm gonna take a moment and just drink. That was beautiful. That feels very loving and kind and big heart. I feel like your late spouse is really very loving and kind to you. It would be so hard. I can only imagine. It would be so hard to not have them in human form. I'm sensing a feminine energy again, and it feels like a sister again, a sister to sister, even a daughter. It feels also like a daughter, like she passed when she was young. It's been many years, so she is grown by now. It feels like some of you, she passed when she was, I'm seeing the number 10, so probably the age 10 or it could also be 10 years ago is the length of time. But either a younger sister to her older sister, also a daughter to her mom, one is coming through. It's feminine energy. I'm hearing this. I don't know quite yet if it makes sense together, but I'm hearing like, Mom, I'm walking away. Mom, I'm letting go. I'm walking away and I'm letting go. So to those that they want to speak to, some of you are questioning, how are things? How are they? Are they in a good place? And they are in a good place, and they're wanting to say everything is fine. Everything is okay. Some of you have like on Facebook is coming through, but it could be a different way of social platform or web, World Wide Web. But some of you have created like a memorial for them, and they're just so delighted of how you are keeping their memory alive and how you are fostering and nurturing a community of people to keeping them alive, keeping their memory alive. Some of you are having gatherings around anniversaries of their death, even around their birthdays, and you talk about them as if they are still alive. And they said that fills my heart. That fills my heart. I feel like I'm still there, and I feel like I'm still connected. The way that you talk about me in your mind, in your memories, on your heart, I feel like I'm still there. I feel like you value me, and things are still the same in some way for them. And they're saying like, I know to you, you're moved to tears, you're triggered, you are saddened, and you're still grieving, and you question if you're ever not going to grieve anymore. And your daughter, your sister, is saying that grief, there's no timeline. As much as we want to say, after a year, I'm going to heal. Grief and healing, in some way, they go together, but also they are two separate experience and place in your mind and your heart. So they're saying that when you just allow grief to be it, without putting timeline and without feeling bad every time that you are still grieving about your loved ones, they said that is where you experience the wisdom of grief, the higher consciousness, elevation, and love that grief ironically is able to release and bring to you. They're saying something about, in your grief, you are able to keep your connection with them, that your connection is never broken. It really is never broken. They're alive, they're still here, and however way that makes sense to you to keep them alive, a memorial, lighting candles, the memorial on online platforms, gathering people, they said that keeps them close and near. So I felt a change and shifts in your energy and my energy, and it felt lower vibration. So to this topic of keeping a memorial, there is a lower vibration in the part of that. Some of you are grieving so, like I'm using the word so, but you are in a really low place, and your grief is overpowering and overtaking you. And you are going to do whatever it takes to keep them alive. And they're saying that, I don't know how to release this. It's hard for me to articulate. They're saying that when your heart is not pure and there is a different desire paired up with grief, they're saying that you keep with you energy that it is not later on you'll realize it's not something you want, and by the time you get to a realization, you could and may regret how you are wanting to keep them alive. I'm having a hard time releasing this message, so forgive me. I'm finding the right words. But the topic of keeping memory alive, I feel to communicate and release that, to be careful what you're partnering with grief. I'm just gonna leave it at that, because we are in a general public, so this is starting to feel a little bit like to some of you, not everyone. So maybe like 2 or 3 of you who are doing whatever it takes to keep their memory alive, and it's not coming from a place that will support you in the long run. So we're gonna move on with that message. This is the Gilded Tarot Royale. Gilded Tarot Royale. I have a young man coming through who wants to speak. When he passed away, you are his girlfriend. When he passed away, you are his girlfriend. So your boyfriend is coming through, a young man is coming through, wanting to speak to. He calls you his girlfriend. Because when he passed away, you're still an item, you were together, you were exclusive. When he passed away, you had all these questions about how he felt for you and what was his true feelings. You feel like your time together was cut in short. And that short doesn't necessarily mean that you were only together for a couple of months. But to some of you, that is the length. But it feels like time was taken away from you. And when he passed away, you experienced a lot of anger. So my heart right now feels heavy and like I'm feeling how I would feel when I'm angry. So that's what I'm sensing, is that when he passed, you felt so angry that time was stolen from the two of you and from you, and there's a lot of questions that wasn't answered. And to some of you, you were also feeling like your person that's coming through, your ex-boyfriend is your person. It feels like soulmate connection, and he's coming through to speak into that, to let you know that you are my person. You are my person. I can't quite say you were my person, because when I pass, you are my person, and that is where time freezes for me. That is where timeline I am now is that. To me, you will always be my person. No one will ever take away your place in my heart. You are my soulmate. I wanted to marry you. To some of you, I'm hearing him say, though we are young, because it feels like to some of you, it was a young love. It was around your high school time. So he's saying, though we are young, we know that our connection is greater than our human age, than our physical form. Like, we know that our connection felt like I've known you all my life. And if there's any sadness that I feel still today, and any regret, it is the regret that I couldn't make you my wife in physical form. But know that you will always be mine. You will always be my baby. Some of you, that is a song that you had. That's what I heard. That's Mariah Carey. You will always be my baby. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So you want, in general, I feel collectively they are coming through saying, your ex-boyfriend, that you will always be my baby. You are still the one for me. You are my soulmate. You are my person. My love for you when I pass was real. It's still how I feel for you. I was in love with you. I am still in love with you. And I'll always be in love with you. Some of you, your ex-boyfriend, the two of you had a thing about rainbows. The two of you when it rains, you'll go out to see the rainbow, or there was an experience, a time when it rained and you saw a rainbow together. And so rainbow has been like this inner thing, inner joke kind of thing, or just a language between the two of you that you have, that rainbow. Like when you see rainbow, the both of you feel like that is the sign that you need, that this is the one for you. And then death happens. So they want you to know that I still remember the promise. I still remember that the sign that you are the one for me. I love you. So I have a grandfather coming through. To some of you, your grandfather may have Virgo placement in his chart, or you may have Virgo placement in your chart as a call out and identifier and identification. So I have a grandfather coming through. To some of you, it is like a family figure, a male family figure that feels like a grandpa that's coming through. A spiritual father, a spiritual dad even is coming through. So male presence, male figure is coming through. He's wanting to speak about your finances. He's wanting to speak about your finances, and he's saying to look at with careful analysis, to look at with careful, I'm having a hard time finding my words, but to carefully take a look at your finances, and I'm hearing where you're spending your money as well as where you're spending your energy, your time, and your resources. So he's saying take a look at that and see areas where you feel like you're either thinking or speaking, vocalizing or claiming that you do not have enough. And he's not saying to change your mind about that, but he's saying that what's causing you to perceive the area in such a way. What's causing you to perceive the area in such a way, and you will find your answer, is what he's saying. And he's saying that this answer revelation is also going to affect other areas of your life. So there's something about the experience and the feeling, the thought and imagination, the perception of lack. So I'm hearing examine this area of your life around your finances. So let me share what happened here. I don't know if you can notice that, but I'm probably going to edit it. But my camera became full and I couldn't record the continuation. So I had to move around. I don't know if my setup here had gotten moved, and so I just have to move it a little bit there. But I feel that even through that, they're speaking about the examine area of your life, because there are some things that you're going to realize is why you even think and feel the way that you do about lack and finances, is what I am sensing here. Because I couldn't finish through what I was doing, what I was recording. So I had to stop and delete some old files. So it feels like my camera, I'm having a hard time. It feels like it was full and I couldn't do any more recording. But as soon as I deleted, my camera is fine. I have enough. So what I feel was for them to use that is to let you know that sometimes you don't want to over spiritualize and say you have enough or you have more, and you really feel like you need more or something is lacking. But they're saying that before you even go to one or the other, to take the time, examine your resources, finances. They keep talking about in areas of your life where you're gonna have the answer, you're gonna know why you think and feel the way that you do. And they said that revelation is going to leak, and you're going to be able to use that in other areas of your lives, is what they're saying. And you're going to feel empowered in your other decisions in other areas of your life and future decisions, is what I am hearing. Okay. We'll complete the reading there. We'll go ahead and do the chakra balancing and meditation to close out the reading. Go ahead and tune in your intention and energy there to balance you. And this is the crystal quartz. And it says, enhance your vision. I love that. After that one last reading message about analyzing, examining is the word, enhance your vision. So, wow. So continue to tune into that, whoever message that one is for. It's beautiful. And this is Ruby. And the message says, feed your fires. Feed your fires. Let's pull another one. Ooh, that's gorgeous. This is the Azurite. And the oracle says, explore your hidden depths. Explore your hidden depths. My soft background music has stopped as well. So I am sensing, I'm hearing them say that you're going to, I'm hearing them say you're going to experience them tonight, today, depending on when you're watching this. I'm hearing your beloved loved ones is saying you're gonna experience them today, because they're saying that there is something about your energy right now, your aura, where there's gonna be so much more of the stillness and quietness within your soul, with your soul. And they said that you're gonna be able to. So it's not that they are all of a sudden gonna show up, but you're gonna be able to be more sensitive to their ever-present presence. That they're always there. They would never push themselves on you. Not going to try to manipulate you, harm you, scare you in any way. They're saying, but they are saying that they are always present, because they're everywhere. They're saying that they're everywhere. So depending where you are with your spiritual belief, they're saying that they are everywhere. And that's what I'm hearing, is that it's like when the music stopped, all of a sudden you notice everything, because my music stopped. And that's what they're saying. They're saying that you're going to experience them today. September. Look at that. September is coming up at the time of this reading. Leg. Stepping into a new experience. Ooh, that's cool. Stepping into a new experience. They did say you're gonna experience them. So however that feels, it's gonna feel like new. Bull. Do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. boat, money or property through an inheritance, winning or windfall. That's interesting, huh? That money came through, and the last reading was about finances that they're speaking about, your loved ones. Tower, solid foundation, success with effort. I love that. I love that. These are beautiful messages, oracle, and reading. Let's seal this reading with love, with devotion, loyalty, and assurance. For the connection line is never broken.